In the previous video, we've seen this. Now we have enough knowledge to try and integrate this. But before we try and integrate this, try to train yourself to be able to differentiate this straight away. So when you differentiate this, it will give you this. Force yourself to do this on a scrap piece of paper. Do it several times. So just try and differentiate this and somehow get from here to here. And then force yourself to try and integrate this. Do it several times on a scrap piece of paper. It should give you this thing here. Okay, so remember, if you differentiate secant of x, it will give you this. Try and force yourself to do it on a scrap piece of paper several times. Well, anyway, differentiate this, it will give you this. Integrate this, it will give you this. So remember that. We now have enough knowledge to try and tackle this now. So to tackle this, your eyes should zoom into this bit here. So we are going to use trigonometric substitution. So your eyes should zoom into this square root bit. Create a scenario in such a way that this square root bit is true. So if you look at this here, if you make this to be by using Pythagoras, if you make this to be x and this to be 2, then the hypotenuse will be, don't forget, this squared plus this squared. Then the hypotenuse will be this. Okay, so the trick to integrating this is to create a triangle in such a way that this statement here is true. Okay, so now if you look at this here, let's just say whatever this angle may be, we don't care. It's just an angle. So now tan the angle equals x over 2. So now times both sides by 2, then that will give you this. You see, you should, in order to integrate this, we are later on we're going to use this substitution. Let x be 2 tan theta, and then this bit here, which is really complicated, we're going to replace that with this. Where they're going down here will be your secant of the angle, whatever the angle may be. We don't care. So you can say that secant of theta equals the hypotenuse, which is this square root of 4 plus x squared, divided by the hypotenuse divided by the adjacent, which is 2. So that will then give you this, and then we can then later on we can use this and substitute it into here, and then we still need the dx, but remember we said let x be this thing here. So if you differentiate this, dx equals 2. Remember, you've got to be able to differentiate this in your mind. So that would be this. Okay, so now this dx equals this thing here. We can put this thing here into the dx, and then we can put this secant theta into this complicated square root thing down here. Okay, so hang on. So to integrate this, you would create a scenario in such a way that this thing here is true. So it could be any triangle. So using Pythagoras, make this to be x, make this to be 2. And then tan here would be this thing here. Okay, and then multiply both sides by 2. That would then give you this. And then so dx equals, well, you would then differentiate this. So dx would be 2 secant squared of theta. And then well, we want to replace this because this is quite complicated. So we would use, well, secant will be this. So secant theta would be the hypotenuse divided by the adjacent, times both sides by 2. That will then give you this. So now we can put this into here, and then we can put this into here. So that will then give us this. And then these two will cancel out. And then one of this you got sec squared here, and then you've got sec here. So that the two will cancel out, leaving you with this. Okay, so now integrate this. Remember, when you integrate this, it will give you this. So try and force yourself to integrate this several times so that you know it by heart. So if you integrate secant of theta, it will give you this. Now, so this is our answer here. But remember, we want the answer in terms of x, not theta. So going back up here, we said tan theta equals this thing here, and secant theta equals this thing here. So we can put this into the secant theta down here. So remember, when you integrate this, it will then give you this. But then earlier we said tan theta equals x over 2. So we can put this into this block here. That will then give us this. And then earlier we said let's secant of theta equals square root of 4 plus x squared over 2. So we can then put this into here. So that will then give you this. So your final answer is this. Okay.